Sorry about that. Hey guys, this is Kevin Murphy on my channel called Narcissistic Abuse Learning Who I Am Again. I am currently in Patriots territory. I came up to the Boston, Massachusetts area for a mini vacation, and I will be returning back to Philadelphia tomorrow. It's interesting how I've been up here so many times and I've been questioned by so many people since I've been up here. Uh, where am I from? And, where'd you come from? And things like that. I think about 6 or 7 people have asked me since I've been up here Saturday, like how, what city did I come from or what area did I come from? And all of these people had on Patriots gear, such as Patriots sweatshirts, hats, gloves, you name it. And, I told them loud and proud that I came from the Philly area and I did root for the Eagles in the Super Bowl. So anyway, without further ado, my topic today is going to talk about self-care after narcissistic abuse. Us narcissistic survivors have a tendency to neglect ourselves after the narcissist has left our lives, because in the relationship we have been told that we were nothing. We've been told that we couldn't live without the narcissist. So even after you leave the relationship with the narcissist, you still have a lot of deprogramming to do, because that narcissist has bombarded you with lots of insults, has torn you down in ways that are very, very, very debilitating. And it's very, very important to really rebuild a relationship with yourself and learn who you are again. And this is why in a lot of other videos you have heard me talk about, really staying alone for the first couple of months of your recovery. I'm not saying that you shouldn't have any friends or have any people in your support circle, but I would not try to go out and make new friends or try to find a new partner within the first 6 months of your recovery, because you're trying to relearn who you are and trying to really heal and make those the right steps into your recovery. So the things that a lot of narcissistic survivors will do during the narcissistic relationship and post the narcissistic relationship is they'll do things like failing to comb their hair, or failing to brush their teeth, or exercise and things like that. And these are things that I myself have done, where I would not take good care of myself. I would do a lot of emotional eating. I would do a lot of just sitting around watching TV, feeling sorry for myself. And during the relationship, the narcissist has probably told you that you're fat, that you're ugly, that you're never going to amount to anything, and that you can never live without them. And these are lies. Those are lies from these people. And apparently the reason why they have said these things is because they don't want you to live without them. And because if you start to develop your sense of self and you start to develop your sense of security, you're not going to need them. So, and which means you're going to leave them. So the narcissist doesn't want you to be the one to leave them. They want to be the one to discard you, and they want to be the one to leave you alone, and to sweep the rug right up from under you. So it's very important to really recover from the abuse that you've suffered. And the ways to do that, as I've said in other videos, is to journal, to really figure out who you are. Write down certain positive attributes that you have. Surround yourself among people who really understand what you're going through, who aren't going to judge you, who aren't going to suggest that you go back to the narcissist. I mean, these narcissistic people can be your family. They can be your mom, your dad, your friends. You know, people like that, and it's not just a significant other that is your narcissist, but you could have grown up with a parent who was super critical of you. They could talk about how you dress. They can talk about the shoes on your feet, things like that. And you, because of the fact that you feel so poorly about yourself, you stop taking care of yourself. You stop brushing your hair, you stop brushing your teeth, you stop, taking a bath, you stop doing things that, normal people would do to take care of self. And you get into this place where food starts to be your best friend. And I'm warning you, if this is a trigger for you or anything like that, I would suggest you not watch this video. But if you feel that this is something that you can stomach, or this is something that you feel will be helpful to you, then please continue to watch this video. But I know that for especially those who have problems with food and weight and issues in that nature, this video can be very, very triggering for you. But I'm just sharing my experience and things that I went through during and before the narcissistic recovery. So I was a huge fan of food, and I loved eating foods that were bad for me. So I will, think like a lot of emotional eating that I would do is sweets. So sweets is something that I gave up for Lent. Because it was something that was comforting for me, especially when I was feeling at most depressed. So if I was feeling at most depressed, I would go to the local grocery store and buy a whole carton of ice cream and just eat the ice cream, eat Chips Ahoy cookies, Oreo cookies, things like that. And I would just binge eat sweets for days at a time. Especially after, having interaction with the narcissist, or having had a fight with the narcissist or whatever. I would confirm all of the things that the narcissist would say to me by just eating. And because I thought that it made me feel good at the time. It made me feel, how do I put it? It's not so much that it made me feel really, really good. It was just a band-aid, or a way to escape the pain and escape the emotional just the emotional pain that I was experiencing. And I'm not sure if I did develop an eating disorder or not, but I definitely I would gain a lot of weight. My weight would fluctuate and things like that. There would be seasons where I would be going to the gym and working out, and then there were seasons where if I was feeling at my most depressed, I wouldn't go to the gym. So I wasn't taking care of myself. I wasn't, I was eating bad food. I wasn't exercising. There would be times where I wouldn't brush my teeth every day, things like that. And these are things that are very common when you're in the relationship with the narcissist, and when you're leaving the relationship with the narcissist. You have to really program yourself and really build a positive relationship with yourself. That's why I'm suggesting to you viewers that you should not get involved with a relationship or try to get involved with people within the first 6 months of your recovery, because you have to really reestablish a relationship with yourself. That the emotional eating is not okay. You not going to the gym and exercising is not okay. You starving yourself because the narcissist is making fun of your weight and things like that is definitely not okay. You really reestablishing yourself through exercising, getting to know your hobbies, your likes and your dislikes are positive ways of getting yourself back to where you need to be. Brushing your teeth, bathing every day, things like that are very essential to self-care. And because the narcissist has taught you that it's not okay to take care of yourself, that you're selfish if you're taking care of yourself. And those are lies. It's very important to take care of yourself so that way you can be a light to other people who need you. You can be, if you want a healthy relationship, then you have to really work on yourself in order to attract healthy people into your life. Because if you're not working on yourself and you are letting yourself go, so for a lack of a better word, then you're not going to attract healthy people into your life. You're going to continue to attract people who are going to continue to minimize you, who are going to continue to tell you that you're pathetic. They're going to continue to talk to you any kind of way, and so on and so forth. So it's very important to not listen to the lies of your enemy, which is the narcissist, because I truly believe that these people are, these people are terrible. They're just really, really awful people. And so you have to do your best to ignore those negative voices in your head that are telling you that you should binge eat, that you should not, I'm not going to take a shower today, or I'm not going to brush my teeth today, and that today will turn into tomorrow, the next day, the day after that, the day after that, the day after that. And you don't want to go down that spiral, because the only thing you're doing is confirming everything that the narcissist said about you. That's not even true. It's not even true. Those things about you that they said is not even true. What they're doing is they're projecting their own negative thoughts and their own negative energy onto you. And I've said this in a lot of other videos I've done. So you have to ignore the projection and realize that you are a smart person. Realize that you are an encourager. Realize that you are beautiful, that you are handsome, that you are that you have so much potential that the narcissist had to put you down because he or she felt threatened by your influence. He or she felt threatened by all of the great and wonderful, awesome things that you can give to this earth. So don't let that narcissist tear you down to nothing, to minimize you, because the narcissist knows that they're not an encourager, that they don't have any influence, but they know that you do, and that's why they chose you. They chose you because they know that you have so much to offer. But because you are wounded and because you have suffered at the hands of a previous narcissist, which is that original caregiver, they see a vulnerability. And along with that greatness, and along with your awesomeness, and along with your talents, they also see a wound there. They also see a vulnerability there that they have to continue to bombard you with these negative insults and things like that. So I encourage all of you guys to really, truly know yourself. Journal, spend time by yourself. I was watching a video that the Light 7 had posted yesterday, and I even commented on the video, and she nailed, as usual, she nails it. She says that you have to be okay with being alone. You have to be okay with being by yourself. Once you're okay with being alone and being by yourself, you will start to develop a liking for yourself. You'll start to develop an acceptance of yourself, for yourself. And you're going to start to say, I really like who I am. I really like, you'll start to discover other things about yourself that you didn't even know that you liked. Like, today I went to a museum, a John F. Kennedy Museum place out in Boston, and I really enjoyed it. And I didn't think that I liked going to museums, but granted, I didn't do this by myself. I did it with some friends, but I did not know that I liked going to a museum and looking at historical events and things like that. but I was able to do it apart from the narcissist in my life, or the narcissist who was in my life. I was able to discover that for myself. So, it that's just an example of what it means to really discover who you are apart from that narcissist. And the light seven was talking about how you can go on vacations alone. You can go to restaurants by yourself and go to movies by yourself. She was talking about how she goes to the movies by herself, how she goes out to dinner by herself, and how she hated her own company almost as recent as a year ago. So the key to this recovery is to really, really love being alone. It's not weird. Like she said, she was talking about how she used to think that it was really strange to be by yourself and to go to certain public outings by yourself. And the narcissist will tell you that you're weird for going to the movies alone. You're weird for going out to dinner alone. Who does that? Who says so and so and so? No, don't listen to that garbage, because it's crap. And that's the narc's way of trying to get you back into their grasp. And just like she was saying, that it's not weird. It is very, very normal to do those things. And if it's something that you enjoy, why depend on somebody else to go to? If there's a movie in theaters that you really want to see, and you can't get in touch with your best girlfriend or your best buddy, or your brother, your sister, your mom, or your dad, or in worst case, they're all narcs. Why should that stop you from going to the movies? Don't let somebody else control what you want to do. If you want to go to that Thai food restaurant downtown, and you don't have anybody to go with, but you really want that Thai food, go get that Thai food. If you see a movie that you really want to see that's in theaters and you have nobody to go with, go to the movie. Don't let anybody dictate your decisions and your desires and what you want. So what? Somebody's going to sit there and look at you sideways because you're at the movies by yourself. A part of the recovery process is not giving a damn what other people think about you. If you're not out there committing a crime, you're not out there doing anything that's illegal or against the law, who cares what people think? Who cares what people say? Who cares how people look at you? They might look at you sideways, they might look at you cross-eyed, whatever. That's their problem. It's not your problem. So part of this recovery process is just not caring what other people think or what they say. If you're doing something that you enjoy doing, like going to the movies alone. I mean, I love going to the beach. Love, love, love going to the beach. I cannot wait till the summer season hits. And I've already made plans about coming back up here to traveling to Cape Cod to go to the beach. And guess what? I might invite a couple of people to join me. I may not. I might just come back up here by myself. But that's okay. And, if that is something that I want to do, then I'm going to do that. Especially if I have the money to do it, I'm going to do that. And those are the things that, as a survivor and recovering, you have to be okay with being alone and doing fun things by yourself that you enjoy doing. And, you have a great story to tell when you come back to your friends and say, oh, I went to Cape Cod. I went to the Aerospace Museum, and I didn't even know that I liked aerospace. Or going down to, just going to the city and exploring different things and different, arts and crafts and exhibits and things like that. You won't know who you are until you take the risks and start going out there by yourself and start trying new things. That's the fun part about this recovery, is actually going out into the world and trying new things that your narcissist didn't allow you to do, or your narcissist swept under the rug because they minimized you, because it wasn't something that they like to do. So you're not supposed to like to do it either, because they hate anything that's different from them. They hate change. They hate anything that's different. And the narcissist is boring as hell. They're very, 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 very boring. And if you love boredom and you love your lack of freedom and a lack of independence, then you can stay with the narcissist. But if you want freedom, you want independence, you want your life back, and you want to take risks, risks that are, like I said, that are legal and that are not, that are not dangerous. But if you want to be able to step out of your box, then you need to leave that narcissist. And you need to rediscover who you are. I mean, and that's what makes the journey fun. That you're getting to know yourself, and you're getting to you're getting to recognize the things that you like to do without the narcissist. And I'm telling you, I guarantee you, and I'm talking from experience, you will love you will feel a sense of freedom and a sense of peace. You will love the person that you have become after leaving that narcissist. Once you go out there and you start living your life and you start doing things that you enjoy doing. So please stay tuned for more videos. Please subscribe to this channel if you haven't done so already. If you have any requests or any questions regarding my channel, I also do free coaching on the side for those who have been abused by a narcissist, whether it's a friend or a parent or whoever. I do free coaching on the side. Please email me at kevinmurphy28@yahoo.com. And then we can chat via email about whatever your questions are, whatever your situation is. But just really do yourself a favor and really discover who you are, because you will be surprised at all of the great things that you're going to find out once you start to rediscover who you are. So thank you for watching, and I'll probably be back on here tomorrow, most likely. If not tomorrow, definitely Wednesday. I'll be back in Eagles territory again. So I will see you soon. Bye.